Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is a 473rd Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. Straight away you'll see this is fought on a custom map, I believe hosted by Brotherhood member Crypto, and say it's a flat map with just a few trees in. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Lando. Now Lando has got 10 infantry, 3 heavy cavalry, 6 archers, and the old school armoured cavalry general. Okay, let's have a look at the armoured cavalry general there. As I say, up to maybe 10 or 11 years ago, we always used to bring this unit as our cavalry general before we switched to an infantry general. But as you know, Lando likes to use this unit. It's a fully upgraded unit, 3 experience, stripes, gold shield, gold attack, and he's one of the best players with this unit, I think, on RTW. As I say, very, very old school, but it's nice to see old school that works on the modern day 2020 RTW battlefield. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Barclayman. The Barclayman's bought the Armenia faction, very unusually, and he's got 11 heavy spearmen, 3 archers, and 6 cataphracts. Okay, if you have a look at the upgrades on his heavy spearmen, there you see he's got 8 there. If you notice here, there's a close-up of them if you haven't seen them before, and their strength is actually their cavalry. Their cataphracts is the strength of the Armenian troops, really. Their infantry are not that good. But he's certainly got some good upgrades on. As you can see, he's got 8 upgrades on those troops, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack, and as you move up the battle line, you'll see some of his troops are actually fully upgraded. Some of his heavy spearmen are fully upgraded there, 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, so you got mixed upgrades on his heavy spearmen. Let's have a look at the cataphracts. As you can see there, he's got 8 upgrades on his cataphracts, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Don't forget, we call these the tanks of the ancient world because they're armoured from head to toe, and with those upgrades on as well, they could certainly be battle-winning troops there. Okay, our next teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who has got his old Greek cities army of 14 Spartans and 5 of the cheap short-range archers. And our last teammate is Brotherhood member Mad King. Now Mad King has got 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, that's the bog standard 31k Roman army. 14 infantry, 6 cavalry. And the reason it's the bog standard Roman army is because it's very effective, very efficient, and does extremely well on the 31k battlefield. So there's our team there. We've got quite a bit of diversity in our team. We've got Rome, we've got Greek cities, we've got Armenia, and we've got Rome there. But you wait till you see the other team. It's got the potential to be a classic battle, and I hope you enjoy it. And here is the other team. We have Brotherhood member Conan, the co-founder in the Brotherhood. Now Conan has got the bog standard 31k Roman army of 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, as I say, that's the bog standard 31k army, same as Mad King has got. Just one difference there. Can you see that his general is a cavalry general, a Praetorian cavalry general, which is a fully upgraded unit, 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Unusual for Conan to bring a Praetorian cavalry general. He usually brings the old school armoured cavalry general, but that's an interesting army build there. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member Crypto. Now Crypto has just got 7 silver shield pikemen. He's got 7 archers and 6 cavalry. Okay, so 7 silver shield pikemen, 7 archers and 6 cataphract cavalry. Let's have a quick look at the upgrades on those cataphracts. Count them up there. And there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fully upgraded cataphracts. Now, those of you that like statistics, these guys have got a 9 charge bonus. They've got a 13 attack and a massive 29 defense. Okay, Praetorian cavalry have only got a 6 charge bonus. These guys have got a 9 charge bonus, 13 attack, and a massive 28 defense. But only 7 infantry. Be interesting to see how well this Selucide army does during the course of the battle. Okay, their third teammate is Brotherhood member JGP. Now JGP has got 8 infantry, 3 archers, and 6 cavalry. Okay, 8 infantry, 3 archers, and 6 cavalry. Of course, his cavalry will be hiding in the woods there, but I believe his cavalry have got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So only a small amount of infantry there, but will those well upgraded cavalry make up for that? And our last teammate is Steve Longshanks. Now Steve has got 11 infantry with 7 upgrades and experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. He's got 5 cavalry with 8 upgrades on. That's 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack, and 2 archers. Okay, so that's a pretty good army there. Okay, but at this stage of the battle, I thought we would, let's say, have a look at the maybe the cavalry count here. Okay, if we have a look at the cavalry count here of both teams. Okay, so you've got 6 of Conan's cavalry there. Okay, and then we've got 6 fully upgraded Selucide cataphracts. Okay, and then we got 6 of JGP's cavalry hiding in the woods, and they've got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. And we've got Steve's 6 cavalry as well, with their 8 upgrades. No, he's only got 5 cavalry, sorry, with 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, so their cavalry count comes to 23. Okay, so their team has got 23 well upgraded cavalry units. Okay, now we, over on this side, have actually got a total of just 15 cavalry. Okay, so we've actually got 15 cavalry against their 23. Now please make a note of this, because towards the end of the battle, this could really be a telling feature in this battle. 23 cavalry against 15. Should be a great battle for you to watch. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought I'd show you a very old tactic that you don't see on the modern day battlefield anymore. Can you see Lando's general there out in front of his infantry, just sat there, sat still, doing nothing? Now, do you think that could be a tactic to try and draw enemy cavalry to hit his general there, knowing that if they take out his general, it takes away all the morale from his army? Do you think that could be a bit of bait there, that general unit? Well, of course, if the enemy cavalry come to get him, what he would do is run away, and his 6 well-upgraded archers in close formation to do more damage and more impact would cause a heck of a lot of casualties to that cavalry. Okay, so as I say, if they ran over towards me, wait till they almost got to him, run a unit back through his infantry, and then cause massive casualties with his archers to the enemy cavalry. Okay, this is a very old tactic. We've seen it done years and years ago, and it used to work. But as we're up against really good players, I doubt very much whether that tactic will work today. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought I'd show you the general dispositions of both teams there. You can see JGP's infantry there with his cavalry hiding in the woods. Okay, and there's the general, as I say, overview of the enemy team there as they form up there. Okay, so you've got the Seleucids in the centre with Roman allies on the flanks there, and one other Roman unit, army going to be in the centre with the Seleucids. And here's our an overview of our setup here for our team as well. Just like Mad King may well take on JGP, my Spartans I may well take on the Seleucids. Our Armenian ally and our Roman ally may well have to take on the remaining Roman armies there. But I'm sure the Armenian general will be a bit nervous about fighting Rome head on, but we just have to see how well he does. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought I'd show you here Lando using his armoured cavalry general, the speed of his armoured cavalry general here, drawing out expensive arrows from expensive archers that are shooting at his general. Okay, now remember that armoured cavalry general moves so fast it tends to avoid archer damage. You shoot arrows at him, and before your arrows get there, he's moved away. That's how fast this Roman armoured cavalry general can move. And over the years, this is a very old tactic that Lando and other people have used over the years, just to draw the expensive arrows from the expensive archers of the other team to shoot at him. And that's what's actually happened. Can you see how he's moved away from that shower of arrows there that landed a long way away from him, because that unit can move so fast? Also, he'd like to encourage the enemy to throw their pilers at him as well, because, as I say, that unit moves so fast it tends to avoid piler hits as well. But of course, if people throw their pilers at him, they're just going to waste their pilers. So that's another good tactic that he likes to use. Just pause the game for a second. As I say there, so he would like to draw as many pilers as he could to be thrown at him that would just be kind of wasted, really, as long as he keeps moving. If he stands still, of course, he will suffer casualties there if he stands still. But if he keeps moving, he'll just attract pilers at him, and they won't hardly do any damage to him at all, because, as I say, this unit moves so fast there. Like I say, he's still running around there, just trying to draw archer fire and piler fire there. As I say, it's a very old tactic we used to see years and years ago. But as I say, it's nice to see old school tactics still working on the modern day battlefield there. Okay. Now over here on our left flank there, you can see that JGP's SPQR cavalry have done a lot of damage to a couple of the Armenian archers there, and they've started to routed, I think, a couple of Armenian archer units there, as you can see. So that was a nice move there by JGP's cavalry. Remember, he's got most of his cavalry, or all of his cavalry, hiding in those woods there. Saw those Armenian archers there and decided to attack. So that was a nice move there by JGP. As I say here, you can see Lando still using that cavalry gun. Bang! As he smashes into those units, look, trying to get those archers there. As I say, he is extremely aggressive with this armoured cavalry general, as we've seen in a lot of other battles. Wouldn't surprise me if he went for that archer unit there now. Bang! Charges in again. As I say, this is really, as I said before, old school tactics. Really, this is from years ago. But as you can see, it still works well on the modern day battlefield here. It's such a fast moving unit, and as it's fully upgraded with its 2 hit points as well, incredibly difficult to kill, and using the speed that that unit has got to hit and run before you can get caught by enemy cavalry and things like that. It's a really good example of how to use this fast moving armoured cavalry general there. Okay, you can see Lando over on our right flank there is facing Conan, and see Lando just stood there now hoping to attract some more archer fire, I think, if he can. And you can see here, can you see that Crypto's Selucide archers here are concentrating their archer fire on my Spartans? Okay, so they're he's got all 7 of his archer units concentrating their fire on the forward units of my Spartans. He's doing a little bit of damage to them, but of course with their 2 hit points and excellent specifications, they can take arrows head on quite well. But as I say, he is concentrating those 7 archers units archer fire directly onto my Spartan units there. Okay, so there's the general situation there. You can see that the Scipio general there still running around, still charging into enemy units. That bang as he charges in there. But my Greek cities units here, I'm looking to hit the Seleucids if I can. Okay, and my guess is that Mad King will hit SPQR at this stage of the battle. Okay, because I chose Greek cities, I've put my team at a massive cavalry disadvantage, so I've got to make up for that, and the only way really to do that is to be aggressive and make the most of my Spartans' attacking specifications. Let's say over on our right flank here, you've got 2 of the most aggressive players on Rome Total War, Conan and Lando, facing each other. Now the fireworks are either going to start over here, or because they know they're both very aggressive, it might just kind of be a bit of a neutral standoff there. There's Lando's general smashing into a forward unit of Conan's there. Once again, still being very aggressive with that armoured cavalry general. But as I say, you've got 2 of the most aggressive players on Rome Total War facing each other here, so you would think that the battle may well start off here, as we haven't really closed to any hand-to-hand fighting yet. Look at Lando again with his armoured cavalry general up, banging into one of Steve's units there. He's hit one of Steve's units while it was moving. If you hit units while they move, you can do a lot more damage, and that's what Lando's just done. Steve's even throwing pilers at him, look. And because Lando had stood still there for a few seconds, he suffered some casualties there from those pilers. If he kept that unit moving, all those pilers would have missed. Right, once again, can you see him charging in again? And bang, as he charges in with that unit. Harassing, haranguing, disrupting enemy battle lines and formations. That's what that armoured cavalry general can do. As I say, nice to see old school tactics working on a modern day RTW battlefield. Okay, let's just pause again for a second here. So as I say, I want to take my Spartans over to engage the Seleucids here. But if I do, I've got to be very aware of Steve's army there that could flank me and charge into the flank of my engaged Spartans there. So I need to watch out for that. But that's who I want to hit. I'm going to go for those Seleucids if I can. I say over on our right flank there, Conan and Lando both kind of moving further and further over to the left there. I see Conan's move back a little bit there. I can see Steve Longshanks' Julia army is moving forward. You see Steve there almost chasing that general of Lando, and then Lando turns, look, and then bang, straight in with that unit to get into the rear of Steve's retreating troops there, look, causing more damage, more mayhem disrupting enemy formations here. Right, can you see I'm running my Greek city's army forward? Now, can you see the Seleucid general saw me approaching him and has moved his pikemen back? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to shift my attack approach here. Let's just pause the game for a second and shift my attack approach here and go for the enemy SPQR infantry. Okay, I'm pretty sure Mad King may well join in as well, and we can both hit SPQR. So that might be our change of attack there. But Steve Longshanks there, his army is dangerous. He could well come into the flank, and those Seleucids could attack me as well. Okay, so let's just see what the enemy team does. Right, can you see I'm running towards the SPQR troops there, hitting them. Put my spears down as soon as I make contact and start advancing into those SPQR infantry there. Okay. Right, let's just pause again for a second. Okay, so now I'm attacking the SPQR infantry. But we've got Steve's army there, and now he's running down to flank me here, smashing to the flank of my Spartans. We've also got Seleucid pikemen that will probably move in on me as well. So I could be hit by maybe 3 armies there, SPQR, Julii and Seleucid. But Mad King has spotted this lot and is going to bring his Brutio army up as a blocking force to stop Steve from flanking my Spartans there. So this is a great teamwork move here by Mad King, make no mistake about it, and good battlefield awareness here by Mad King. Great blocking force, look, bang, as he blocks Steve's infantry that we're going to charge in to the flank of my engaged Spartans there. Great teamwork there by Mad King. Stop the majority of them, but you can still see there's some cavalry and infantry charging into my Spartans there. If you notice, I've peeled off a unit there to face the threat, okay, of those Julii troops coming in on me, while I still move the bulk of my forces towards those SPQR infantry. Okay, so as I say, I'll put one unit there to block that charge from the Julii troops, but Mad King here has done extremely well. Our Armenian ally might hit Steve in the flank with those heavy spearmen there as well. So let's say it's quite a tactical game here, and quite a game where you need a lot of battlefield awareness here. Okay, right now I'm switching my attack position here. Now I'm starting to move towards the Seleucids now. Now I'm very aware of the enemy SPQR troops to the flank and rear of my engaged troops, but I'm going to take the bulk of my Spartans into those Seleucid long pikemen there and start attacking them. Okay, let's just pause again for a second here. So I'm taking the bulk of my Spartans into those Seleucid pikemen, but I'm aware of the SPQR infantry coming in on me, so I'm going to turn units on the fringes of my attacking formation there to face the threat of those SPQR troops coming in. Okay, so I'm going to face a threat, but I'm going to take the bulk of my Spartans into those Seleucid pikemen and try and rout them if I can. Mad King here, as I say, holding up Steve here, stopping him from flanking me. Great move there. Our Armenian ally is moving in with his spearmen, but there's a bit of a threat over here. There's 3 fully upgraded cataphract cavalry, plus we know that JGP's 6 well upgraded cavalry are hiding in the woods too. Now what I'm a bit worried about here is all those cavalry units can come out from the woods and smash straight into the rear of my engaged Greek city units. Okay, so that would be really bad. Now Mad King's got 4 cavalry units there to hopefully counter that, but that would be extremely bad if that was to happen. Okay, so I'm moving towards those Seleucid pikemen there with my spearmen. We've got a lot of archer fire coming down on us as well. But you can see I've turned some units to face the threat of those SPQR infantry there coming in on me. So, as I say, the bulk of my force is moving towards the Seleucids. Right. Okay, now just like to draw your attention here, it's another great move by Mad King. Can you see he's charged his cavalry into those SPQR troops there to stop them coming in behind me and attacking the rear of my engaged spearmen. Okay, so that's a really nice teamwork move there by Mad King. But unfortunately for us, look at all those fully upgraded Seleucid cavalry and those well upgraded SPQR cavalry as well, going to smash into the rear of Mad King's cavalry. Now, can Barclayman get his well upgraded cataphracts across here to help? We'll just have to see. But at the moment, Mad King's cavalry are going to be sandwiched between enemy cavalry and enemy infantry there. Now remember, JGP's cavalry, I think, got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. And as you can see here, a lot of Mad King's cavalry are starting to rout there. He's being hit by really well upgraded cavalry and infantry as well. Okay, you can see Barclayman bringing his Armenian cataphracts into the fray, but all of Mad King's cavalry have now been routed. Okay, now remember the cavalry have got already, the enemy cavalry have already got a 23 advantage to us, and those cavalry could smash into the rear of my engaged Spartans now. Remember, they've got 23 cavalry against our 15. Okay, so you can see our Armenian ally bringing his cataphracts into the fray, and bang, as they smash into the enemy cavalry and infantry there. Okay, so that was a nice hit there by Armenian ally. You can see Conan's cavalry have come over from the left flank, sorry, from the right flank over to this left flank there, and they're going to crash through as well. And bang, as they charge in. But you can see Mad King has brought his infantry over there as well to try and shore up this left flank. If you look closely here, can you see that JGP's Roman cavalry have been alt-attacked? You can see them using their heavy swords instead of their light lances. Remember, those heavy swords do a lot more damage than the light lances. So you can see the SBQR cavalry have been alt-attacked there to use those heavy swords. But as you can see here, Mad King's bringing his infantry over to try and shore up that left flank there. As you can see, the enemy really smashed it up pretty good there with their with that amount of cavalry. As I say, remember, the enemy have got 23 cavalry to our 15. Meanwhile, my Greek cities here are moving in to those Selucide long pike units there, plus those well upgraded Julii infantry as well. Okay, so I'm trying to be as aggressive as I can with my Greek cities, trying to take in as many enemy units as I can. Right, see Conan's Julii cavalry now smashing through there, and bang, as they smash through there. But as you can see, nice move here by Mad King, bringing his Brutii infantry over there to try and shore up that flank. Right, can you see Conan now is taking his Julii cavalry through our ranks. Now, what would you do if you were Conan here? If you were in charge of Conan's cavalry, would you smash into the back of Mad King's army there in a sandwich attack? There, look, you got a Seleucid cavalry charging in, so if you charge into the rear of those Brutii troops, there would be a sandwich attack. You could rout maybe all of Mad King's infantry. Or would you go for the soft target? Would you go to take out all these archers that have been shooting into your team all the way through the battle? So if you were Conan's cavalry now, which would you do? If you were in charge of Conan's cavalry, smash into the back of Brutii or go for the archers? Let's see what Conan's going to do. Okay, so it looks like Conan's going to go for the archers here with his cavalry. Okay, looks like he's going to take out those archers. I can see the archers have been alt-attacked and have been charged into the cavalry. Now, what's Conan going to do here? Is he going to change his attack route? He's going into the back of some of our allies' Brutii infantry there. And now he's switched attack. He looks like he's going to go in once again into the rear of our Brutii allies' infantry, and bang! And he smashed in there. Right, let's just pause the game for a second. So Conan now has changed his attack route and has gone into the rear of our engaged Brutii ally. You've got enemy SBQR cavalry charging in, enemy Seleucid cavalry charging in. Mad King's got some of his rallied cavalry into the rear charging as well. You've got enemy SBQR infantry charging in. So our left flank looks like it could be broken. There's some fully upgraded cataphracts moving into the fray as well. As you can see, the Seleucid cataphracts moving in as well there. Meanwhile, my Greek cities here are facing well upgraded Roman troops, a lot of them too. Plus, I've routed most of the Seleucid pikemen. Our Armenian allies doing well here in attacking the enemy Julii troops. Meanwhile, over on our right flank here, you can see that Conan has got a lot of units here that he could push over to the other flank there, which could tip the balance. If all those units move over there, he could well tip the balance of the battle. But as I say, at the moment here, with that enemy Julii cavalry charging into the rear of our allies' Brutii infantry, that could rout a lot of them, and bang, as that cavalry smashes in there. So as I say, you can see, I think Mad King's infantry are holding extremely well there, bearing in mind the impact that they've taken. Lando's brought some of his cavalry over here as well. He's trying to neutralise that Seleucid cavalry that's coming in behind us. I just wonder if Mad King's going to hold here. This could be a pivotal and decisive part of the battle here on this flank. I can see that, let's just pause again for a second. I can see Mad King still got a line of his Brutii infantry are still holding fast on this flank, even though he's up against SBQR infantry and cavalry. You can see our Armenian allies brought his spears over here as well, and Lando's brought some infantry over from the other flank as well. I think both teams know that this flank here could be pivotal And if we can hold, we could maybe go on to win the battle, but we just have to wait and see. See my Greek city's army still fighting in the centre there against well upgraded Julii infantry coming in from all different angles. I have to turn units to face those angles, those different angles. I've got some more infantry at the back there. But as I say, you can see that some of Conan's and Lando's forces are actually engaged now, but there's still some more of Conan's units that maybe he could take over to the other flank there to help shore up the enemy flank there. Okay, you can see that SBQ cavalry charging in and bang! Straight in there, probably going for the Brutio General there. Now what JGP's been doing with his cavalry is really well upgraded cavalry, is charging in, getting the full cavalry charge bonus, pulling out, rallying, locking and loading, and then charging back in. Pull the trigger, charge back in. That's what he's been doing with that cavalry. Excellent use of the cavalry there. Let's say you make the most of the cavalry charge bonus and pull out. You don't want him to start fighting infantry there. I can start to see some of my Greek city units starting to rout here now. As I say, they're being surrounded by a lot of enemy troops. Right, there goes that SBQ cavalry charging again. Make no mistake, he'll be going for that Brutio General, and bang, as he charges in there. But he's got to remember now he's up against those Armenian heavy spearmen there, who will have an anti-cavalry bonus. So he must be aware of that there as our Armenian allies moving forward. Okay, can you start to see several of my Greek city units are starting to rout now, as the numbers game is starting to tell there of all those Roman infantry surrounding me and pushing in on me. My army may well mass rout. As I say, you can see our Armenian ally and Mad King here moving forward against the SBQ infantry and cavalry there. Okay, so there's a general overview as it stands at the moment. Those Armenians heavy spearmen I think have done extremely well, bearing in mind that they class those as Armenia as a lesser 31k faction. Okay, he's lost all his cavalry, but I think his spearmen there are doing extremely well in backing up Mad King and units from Lando there as well on that flank. Okay, as I say, my Spartans, like, can you see they're starting to mass rout now? And it wouldn't surprise me if all my Spartans did mass rout at this stage of the battle, with the pressure they've been under for basically most of the battle there. JGP's still got some battle damaged cavalry units left that he's still throwing in, and he's still got his archers left that he's been shooting loads of arrows into the Armenian spearmen. Remember, those Armenian spearmen very susceptible to any kind of missile damage there. I see Mad King's Brutio General's just been routed. Okay, let's just pause again for a second. So once again here you can see several of my Greek city units starting to rout with the pressure of all those enemy infantry around me. Been fighting for a long time now. Right, can you see Lando's cavalry charging in there? And bang, as Lando's cavalry smash into those three Julii units and rout them on impact. That was a nice hit there by Lando there. As I say, routed those three Julii units on impact. As I say, our Armenian ally is moving forward. Still forward there. Right, let's just pause again for a second. Right, as I say, JGP's archers are firing point blank into those Armenian spearmen there. So make no mistake, they will be causing loads of casualties within those Armenian spearmen ranks. Point blank archers straight into them. And those fire arrows will spread fear as well. Now, bearing in mind that Armenia hasn't got very good morale, lowering their morale is a good idea with fire arrows. Okay, so we're moving across. I'm glad to say my Greek cities have managed to fight out of that pocket they were in. Remember, they were surrounded. It was like a pocket there with enemy infantry all around me, and managed to fight my way out there with help from my allies. My Scipioid allies there and Brutii allies have really helped a lot there. Okay, so you can see I'm moving my Greek city units, what's left of them, over to the other flank there. Okay, let's just pause again for a second. So bearing in mind these are 81 man units, like 17 men in that unit, 14 men in that unit, 12 men in my general unit there, 20 men in that unit, 11 men in that unit, and 28 men in that unit. Now bearing in mind those have got excellent morale, 2 hit points, that's all the Spartans I've got left. I've still got my archers left that I've been shooting into the enemy, but that's all the units I've got left there. As you can see, the intensity of the battle here, you can just see by the piles of dead on our left flank and left centre. I think this was a pivotal part of the battle here. I think that the enemy cavalry numbers there, I thought might have told on that flank, but somehow we managed to hold and counterattack with the cavalry that we had. We did quite well. And here up into the centre here, my Spartans were fighting with those Selucides and Julii troops there. You can see that lots of dead there as well, where it was also very intense. So as I say, it's quite an intense battlefield here, all the way from one side to the other, because you can see the piles of dead. As I say, we're just going to try and finish off the last of the enemy troops there. And it looks at this stage of the battle that our team has seemed to have gone on and won the battle there. As I say, we're just routing the last of the enemy Julii troops there. Okay, let's just pause again for a second. Let's have a look at the Armenian troops there. So they got 27 men in that. So that's all of the Armenian troops that are left, and I think one archer unit left is all they got. They've lost all their cavalry, but I thought Armenia did well there on the battlefield, bearing in mind it is classed as a lesser 31k faction there. Now Mad King's got 1 unit, 2, 3 units. So Mad King has got 3 units left out the whole of his army. So that just goes to show how attritional this battle really was. And as I say, we've just gone on to to rout the last of the enemy troops there. Okay, first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game there. There were some great moves there, guys, really well played. I thought that was a really good game there. As you can see, it's a close victory. And I'd like to take you to the highest kills in the game. Brotherhood member JGP, 1,611 kills. Really well done to JGP. I think his cavalry and archers got a heck of a lot of those kills. So really well done to him. Second highest kills, my old Spartan army there. 14 Spartans and 5 of the cheap short range archers. So they didn't do too bad. I'd just like to say really well played to Brotherhood member Conan, 1,197 kills. Really well done to Brotherhood member Crypto. Now he's got the Battle of Hastings kills there. Look, 1066. The Battle of Hastings was fought in 1066, and that's the kills that he's got. JGP, as I say, highest kills in the game. I don't think Steve got the kills that he wanted there. He probably didn't get the kills that he wanted there with his well upgraded army, but he still was very aggressive with the army and did extremely well with it. So I'd just like to say really well played to Conan, Crypto, JGP and Steve. A great teamwork there, some great aggressive attacking by you guys, well done. And I also like to say really well played to Brotherhood member Mad King. His support all over the battlefield with his cavalry and infantry was superb, and superb battlefield awareness as well. Well done to Barclayman, probably didn't get the kills that he wanted either, but he did really well with what they call a lesser 31k faction with Armenia. And well done to Lando. He was supporting all over the battlefield as well. His cavalry was really good in helping us on the other flank. Spartan Commander saying, hope you enjoyed this battle. Bye for now. See you soon.